Good evening, and welcome to another malevolent version of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. Now here's your meandering and malingering host, Voice of Doom. Hello, everybody. I'm back. Much to your dismay, but I figured I'd put a few 2 cents in about the recent things happening. The world's starting up again after the holidays, and I want to wish everybody a happy new year, especially my stalwart fans. Steve, one of my best buddies from way back, going back almost 50 years now. Not quite, but almost. He's on the Big Island complaining about how hot it is, and I can't bring myself to feel too sorry for him. But Happy New Year to you. I'm busy choosing the path I'm going to take from my car to the front door of my work so I don't break my neck. So I never had to do that in Hawaii that I know of. But, and Happy New Year to Nick, my loyal fan. And I think everybody's year will be good individually. You will have a good year. As a group, no, we're doomed. Now, I want to talk about a few of the issues that have come up in the last few days because it bears comment. But first, I need a little something. We're curtailing our alcohol consumption as best we can, at least I am. My kid, no. But we're trying because there's 3 of us living in the house, and I'm supposed to be the dad and kind of take care of the bills and everything and collect money as I see fit, but I'm starting to feel like I really don't want to be the dad anymore. I want to be the old man in the bedroom that has to be taken care of by his sons. But we'll see how that goes. Now, the issues. What's been happening? Okay. The first major issue I would say would be the election of Kevin McCarthy to the House of Representatives Speaker position. And it was a mess. And it was a process, and it worked. He was elected finally after certain people got certain concessions. Now, whether he lives up to those concessions, we'll see. But now that the Goppers are organized and firmly entrenched as the majority of the House of Reps, I fully expect to see articles of impeachment issued very early in the morning on Monday. And if it doesn't happen before 12 noon, then I know that these new guys aren't serious. And when I say serious, I mean they're just going to continue with their Gopper ways of just saying they're going to investigate but don't really investigate, and saying they're going to change this and redact that and rescind this and that and get to the bottom of this and that. And they don't, ever. Because Goppers aren't known for that. They're known for being genteel politicians of the people, statesmen, very noble. We don't stoop to the level of the D's. And you know, if the D's just won and got organized, the first thing they do is impeach. First thing out of the gate. But the Goppers aren't D's, and they have to have decorum. We don't want to make the first thing we do impeach Petri dish because that would look like it's partisan. Well, he needs to be impeached, okay? And if you don't impeach him by Monday, then I know you're not serious. And we'll all know that you're not serious. Everyone in the country, because you know what? With all your meanderings and all your doodling and dipsy-doodling around, the common clay is actually getting interested in what's going on. I'm talking about my buddies who aren't that particularly interested in politics. One might be more than the other, but they're all going, what's the vote going with the House of Reps, with the Speaker. Now, who cared about that up till now? Nobody. Now my buddies are all watching the news and going, what the hell's going on and how's this going to pan out? They're interested in politics. They're interested in the nuts and bolts of what goes on in politics. And you start getting these common clay people interested in what's going on, then you better watch yourself, politicians. You better watch yourself, because the average Joe Sixpack is going to be onto you, and we're all onto you already. It's ridiculous. You can't. I defy you to investigate anything. You can't. You're stuck. Because to investigate anything to any degree would mean to expose the entire government as the fraud it's always been. But they need to impeach Monday morning before noon. I'll give them till noon. And if they don't do it by noon, I know they're not serious. So Kevin McCarthy has a little bit of food on his plate. He's got a lot of things he needs to do, and he better get moving. I mean, he better be working right now. It's Saturday night, 11:39 p.m. He's got all day Sunday to work on this impeachment business. Now, I expect to see it. And the second issue that caught the attention of the country is this Monday night football game where a guy collapsed, 24 years old. Just any old hit from any old defensive back, and he's a tackler. I don't know what he is. He's on the defense. He either made a tackle or what have you, and he got injured. Now they're saying that it was a fluke, that his heart was beating just at a certain millisecond when he was hit in the heart, and then he stood up and fell back, and he had cardiac arrest for 9 minutes. And he's lucky to be alive, and he's lucky to be able to communicate. Because I know a little bit, not much, but what I pick up here and there, you need oxygen going to your brain. And when the heart stops, you got to work on the heart. And that may cause oxygen to not reach the brain, and you could have brain damage. You could be in a coma forever till they take you off life support. So I'm glad he's good. I'm glad seems to be improving. He's still in critical condition. And what I will say about that right now is there have been injuries in sports, and there have been people dropping dead in the arena in front of millions of people. It's happened in basketball, it's happened in football, it's happened in boxing. I've witnessed at least one of them. I saw the boxing where Boom Boom Mancini hit a Korean guy, and he went down and he didn't get up. And he was put on a stretcher, and then he was either cremated or whatever. I've heard in basketball that a young player just has a certain condition that they may not have known about, a delicate heart condition, and he goes down and he doesn't get up. So we will accept that. But I'm telling you right now, if it keeps happening, people are going to raise their eyebrows a bit. And I'm kind of interested in how this prognosis plays out with this player. Hamlin, I guess his name is. I don't keep track of all that. Good guy. And when he recuperates, he might want to know what happened, and they're going to have to give him an answer. You have a heart condition, you have this, you have that. But, I mean, I don't want to make light of life and death, but sometimes it's better that people aren't alive to ask questions. And I'll say no more on that. Draw your own conclusions, and my watchers will know what I'm talking about. I've been prophesying, I've been talking for a year now about worldwide genocide. And the problem is you can have worldwide genocide where people are going here and going there and nobody pays much attention because they're just common clay. But we have people on live TV dropping dead, and I won't say this guy is an example, but if it just keeps happening, people are going to stand up and take notice. You can't have public deaths of celebrities in front of everybody without people asking questions. We'll see what happens with that. 2023 is going to be a very interesting year. And the third subject that cropped up is Petri is finally going to drag his tail down to the border and talk about how it's so secure and everybody's doing a great job. The people in ICE, the Border Patrol, are doing a great job processing 10,000 people a day. I don't know how they do it. They're incredible. People are being processed everywhere. So we're doing a great job on the border. We don't know what they have. We don't know what they're carrying in their knapsacks. They could have almost anything. They've come across enough fentanyl to kill the country 10 times over. And who knows how many atomic bombs have been snuck through the border because it's wide open and porous. But at least Petri will go down so that he can assure us that everything is in order. He's just trying desperately to fix the broken system that he inherited from his predecessor. So that'll be a joke, but I can't wait to see what he says, because then I can lambaste it. Then I can tear it to shreds. And I can say whatever he says and whatever syntax he uses will be absolutely shredded by me. And if I can do it, then almost anybody can do it. But he should be impeached by the time he gets back from the border. And then we can clap him in irons and proceed with the proceedings. So I don't have much sarcasm on this one. I wanted to talk about the three subjects because that's kind of important. And if you put them all together into one big little bundle, you know that 23 will be a year that either something major happens or else we just keep meandering toward the abyss. And it's getting boring. I want something big to happen. I'm tired of watching the elites get away with murder. Tired of watching people rail about all these things that have happened, i.e. Hunter Biden, i.e. the border, i.e. Afghanistan, i.e. playing soft with China, i.e. giving a lot of billions and billions of dollars to a country to defend themselves against a major superpower, being the proxy World War III war. We got to get to the bottom of all this. The coppers won't do it. I defy them to do it. I dare them. I double dog dare them to do a damn thing. They can't. To expose one side would be to expose themselves. Ain't gonna happen unless we overthrow the government. So that's that. I said nothing, and I said everything. And I had to do a diatribe because I was getting antsy. So enjoy this one, and thanks Nick, and thanks Steve, and have a happy new year. I'm sure your lives will be hunky-dory. I can't help it that the rest of the world's going to hell. Okay, and my life is up and down again. I was doing really good, and then I lost it. So we'll keep working on that. So, goodbye, and enjoy.